Not gonna lie to you, I need a drink because I don't know what the people want and I definitely don't know what AKAI is doing. I think some people believe the MPC software is supposed to be some kind of rocket science. Not gonna lie, bro. It's confusing me too. Rest assured, you will not be a confused puppy anymore. At the very least, you'll be a confused wolf. Or somewhat empowered, I don't know. In other words, I don't want anybody to be confused. I have to give a little bit of a spanking to the community and to AKAI because I do this out of tough love. The question of the hour is this: is the new software good? Yes, but let me cook though. Hold on. Before I put belt to ass, only 37.3 of you guys are subscribed. I need you to represent by hitting that like button. Smash that joint. And 62.5 of you guys are not subscribed. If you want to be a part of this cookout, now is the time. Here's your invite. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're welcome over here. If you like what I'm cooking, then drop a chef emoji in the comment section. Now let us cook.
Let me cook.
First, let me get on AKAI. Let me go ahead and get the belt ready. I like the fact that you kept the core mechanics the same, but what the hell is this? What is this? This is supposed to be the arranger? Do they not see what everybody's complaining about? I'm confused. I should have told y'all to get a drink too. I'm sorry. Do they not understand what we want? We want clips like this. Maybe not like Ableton's ugly shit, but damn sure something that looks like this with both MIDI and audio being in clips like these. Do you see the difference? This is the AKAI stuff. This is FL Studio. You guys seem to understand that blocks make sense with audio. Why not with MIDI? Not to rub it in your face, but this makes more sense, and this is the audience you're trying to captivate. But all we get is this. That's crazy, and it's been more than 2 years. Matter of fact, in the comment section, let's do a poll. Which makes more sense? This right here, which is the MPC software, or this right here, which is FL Studio? You let me know which one would be more appealing to a younger audience. Whole time, us old heads would appreciate it too. All right, let me put the drink down. Let me empower your minds.
Let me cook.
The sheer purpose of the MPC software is to work in tandem with this machine right here, which is an MPC. I know I can feel that you're confused in the comments section. It works with the Gen 2 Key 37, the MPC XL, the MPC Live 3, and even the old dinosaur MPC Gen 1s, as long as you have 3.0 or higher. It even works with the MPC sample to a certain degree as a MIDI controller. But the MPC software does not come with the MPC sample. Hopefully you're not confused. I've covered Gen 1 before, so let's cover the Gen 2 MPCs. All you need is this Type-C wire connected to your MPC, then to your computer. Make sure you install these drivers. Press the menu button, go to this icon right here, and then press it. Save, don't save, it doesn't matter. You'll see this screen right here, and it'll say that is connected to the computer. Open up the MPC 3 software. If it's hooked up to your computer, then it will turn into this right here on the screen. So it should look like this. You can go to new project and boom, your MPC software is working alongside with your MPC as a controller. I can still feel some tension in the comment section right now. It sounds like, why would you use the software over just using it standalone? Like, what is the advantages? Stick with me, young Jedi. One of the main purposes is using VST plugins with it. Go to the top left side of the screen to the hamburger menu, and then all you would do is go to edit and then preferences. Once you set up your preferences, then you can go over here to your plugins. And then from here, you can pick a folder out, check which folders that you want to use. If these folders work for you, then go to scan new or rescan all if you have new plugins. After that process, just hit OK. And then from there, you can legit just go to new track on your MPC of choice and then go to plugins, and you'll have all your list of plugins right in front of you. I'll just pick Absinthe 6. And then it will load up right here. If I want to see the UI, I would just have to hit this right here, this menu, and it will pull up Absinthe. There is a catch-22. If you want to use your MPC plugins, you have to go to the hamburger menu and activate them in this preference. Right here with activations. You will have to install it on your MPC when you get an MPC plugin and inside of the MPC software. For an example, if I was to pull up a project that I work with in the studio in Standalone, then I would have to do this. I loaded my Standalone project in there, and it says Studio Strings is a plugin that failed. It's missing the plugin. All I would do is just hit OK, go to the hamburger menu, go to Preferences, Then go over here into activations. After activations, I will look for studio strings and activate it because it's not activated. Then I will install it after the fact. Now that that process is done, I will go to reload that same beat into the MPC software, and this time it shouldn't have a problem. And there it is. Yes, sir, I be cooking. From a new project, I'll cook up something real quick. I can lower the BPM of the track right here. I'll do 103. I can also add another track if I wanted to from the MPC in itself and not from the software, but if you wanted to, you could. I'll add a plugin. In hindsight of that, if you wanted to do it in the MPC software, then you would go right here where you see these two plus signs where the track is. Click on this plus sign and then you will select your track. So let's go ahead and have a key group track. If I wanted to set the bars, you could set the bars within the MPC, or you could set them right here and then just type in a number. I'll type in 4. So now we have a 4-bar loop. And if you want to, you can turn this loop off. If you want to navigate from your tracks, then you would select the tracks right here. So I have this trap kit track right here. If you have MPC expansions, it'll be on the right side of the screen. Remember to install your MPC expansions on the MPC software. If you recently purchased your MPC expansions, they'll be in your in-music software center. So all you have to do is just scroll through and you can download them to your MPC software and then transfer them to your MPC. On my AKAI MPC wish list, I wish that they would make it to where you can go to your activations on your standalone and download it. That makes way more sense than doing the latter. All right, let's record something in. Let's get these drums together. And now the cue links actually work like they're supposed to, but that's your beat. If you're not familiar, yes, you can, again, select tracks on your MPC while you're using it in this mode, and you can use all the functions like track edit. What I'll do is I'll show you some of the new shit, which I like within this screen, because you can switch from oscillator mode just as simply as going over here to the oscillator. And it will go to a warm sign right here. I made my patented zap sound, which I've already covered in a YouTube short. Let's record it in. Adding chords, melodics, still the same in the MPC software. It's enhanced by the MPC itself though too. I'll just go to a new track right here and then I'll choose a plugin. It will be an MPC plugin. It will be Stage EP. Now press and hold Shift and hit the 16 levels button to get into my pad perform screen. And from here, I'll pick out a progression. And at any time, if I wanted to, I can just change stuff. Go to the pencil sign here. You can do it on the MPC too, but you know, people don't want to do that. If you want to do all the notes, just to select the notes here. And boom. And then you know how it goes. You add the bass, you add some melodics, and boom. But the main thing that I want to address is adding effects to something. So if you want to add effects to a track, it's pretty simple. You could do it on your MPC, but if you're in the MPC software and you're trying to figure out where you would put your effects, you would right click on this side of the screen and then select a reverb out of this list. Then if you want to see the UI, you'll right click on it again and then the UI will pop up. Turn the mix down and this is how it sounds like now. And if you want to solo a track, just solo the track right here. You can solo and mute. Simple as that. You can turn on the volume right here. You can even get a expansive look at it by pressing on the mixer window icon right here. You can bring it down to your screen. You can have it on the top screen, and then you can do all your mixes right here. Now back to the arranger. Oh Lord, that thing. Don't get it twisted. I'm happy it's here, but let's go to the top left side of the screen. and then we'll select the arrange mode right here, and you can see the arranger. You can control the size of it just by clicking on this area right here, and this stretches it from small to big. And then you can make sure that you get a deeper look right here, and then you have all of your stuff right here. Mind you that this UI is vectoral, so if you don't want this stuff, you can turn it off in the settings. I'll let you figure that out. Now that we have the arranger here and we only have a 4-bar loop, you will go over here to edit, and then there's a thing called duplicate. So if you wanted to duplicate more of your stuff, then you can. And also duplicate, copy, paste, cut right up here. One thing I would like to see, however you highlight whatever, and I wish you can do command and mouse scroll to make it smaller too. That makes more sense on a computer. But you can go over here, use the loop brace, and then select a track, cut that part of the track out, and it will not cut out the vast majority of the track. If I stretch it on down, then it did do that. Why does it function in that manner? Oh my God. But Control Z will bring it back, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. But one of the things that I do have an issue with is when you do set up your loop brace, why isn't it represented on the bottom part of the screen? Let's do the selection tool. Let's select all that stuff. We'll hit delete, and it still deletes everything. It should be right around in here. So that's why I'm talking about it. It's just not functional the way it is right now. It just doesn't feel like how a playlist should feel. But if I deselect and erase something right there, then you see I had that track selected and then nothing happens. But it'd be nice if I went over here and I had the loop brace set, and if I press cut, because I have this track selected, and I cut, it doesn't cut everything away. If you put time into it, absolutely. I think that the arranger is amazing if it functioned in certain ways that most people are used to, which is inside of your DAW. If we want to have the full DAW experience, let's give it that actual DAW experience. Not saying that it's not impossible for you to get this done. You would just have to get used to the MPC workflow instead of the workflow that you built up from X amount of years, which blows me away. One last thing that I got to complain about and just show what is going on. So I have this key group track here. You know, that's my zaps because I created a zap sound or whatever. If you go to this icon right up here above my head, that will create a wave track for you. But if I was to drag this, because what I did was bounce it down, if I dragged it into the playlist somehow, it does not come in as a track. That is insane. Let's just say you wanted to put this back into your MPC or save it on your desktop. You'll go to the top left side of the screen. Then you will go to save project. As long as it's not been named, you can save it in whatever documents that you want. I just usually save it on the desktop or on my MPC. So that's what I'll do. After typing in the name, I'll just save it on this drive. Now, am I saying I'm opposed to the arranger? I just think it needs a whole lot of work, and it's been around, it's been in beta for almost 2 years now, and they just added it. It's kind of crazy if you look at it in that perspective. But the other things that they have added, I enjoy, I like it, but that doesn't mean that they're beyond criticism. But I'll leave it to you guys. Leave a comment below. I want to know if you are feeling the MPC software 3.9, even though it's been in beta for a long time. I can go on for days about talking about it, but I want to hear from you guys. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, and I'm going to keep on cooking. That's a fact.